It was a good dog. It didn't deserve to lose its life. It did not deserve to lose its life.
Heartbroken and angry, a Fort Myers woman upset that a dog she rescued and planned to adopt was put down at a local shelter.
And it's not the only animal to suffer this same fate. A crisis at the shelter is fueling a troubling trend. 4 in Your Corner's Mike Mason showing you why the dog you may want to adopt could be killed before you get a chance to save it. Mike?
That's right. Sherry Hart says she tried to save a dog that was being abused by its owner, but when she filed a report with the county, it ended up killing the dog instead. These photos are all Sherry Hart has left to remind her of the dog she tried so hard to save.
I noticed it was getting skinnier and skinnier, so I started giving it food because I didn't want it to starve to death.
Hart took these photos of little Joe when he escaped from his home on Central Avenue in Fort Myers. Hart lives across the street and claims she witnessed the dog's owner abuse him.
I watched him one time kick it, actually kicking it over and over, and the dog was like, "Ah!"
Records show last week Hart contacted Lee County Animal Services to report the abuse, but officers were not able to find any proof. They did issue the owner 2 citations for not having the dog vaccinated. Then last Friday, instead of taking the dog to the vet, the owner gave him to Animal Services.
He turned the dog over to us. Once it's here for 3 days, it became our property and there was no room for the dog.
By the time Hart found out little Joe was at Animal Services, it was too late.
They had all my information. I had given them all my information, and I told them how much I loved the animal.
Hart feels officers should have contacted her so she could have adopted the dog before they euthanized it. But the county says that's not the way it works.
Anytime somebody is calling up about a complaint on an animal, if they have an interest in that animal, they need to let us know, because we're not a boarding facility.
The shelter is now packed with pets, forcing officers to euthanize cats and dogs they would normally try to save.
We don't have any room to hold any extra animals, so the problem is animals that are healthy are getting euthanized.
We contacted the dog's owner about the allegations of abuse, but he refused to comment. Lee County Animal Services takes in around 10,000 animals each year, but they only adopt about 25% of them. If you'd like to adopt a pet, contact them at 239-533-7387. In the studio, Mike Mason, Fox 4 in Your Corner.